Government officials.
We were in Stamford, Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. My kids live like an hour away.
So tell me then, what is your truth? What stood out to you is it sounds like that Jesus was a man of many talents and told the truth. Mm-hmm. So what is it for you? What are you the man of many talents of, and what is your truth?
My truth is, of myself. My truth is within my square of myself. And I try to, project that through my music, through my fashion, to how I treat people, how I treat my family and the people that I care about, and just how I verbalize things. Because, everybody chooses to speak their truth in a way that's manipulative, where it just only works for them, and they have a way to, they know how to make it where people agree with that, and we see that happening like now, you know what I'm saying? So like for me, I just choose to change the narrative of giving people this, I don't know, like this creative version of me more, but just be more transparent, like.
So tell me about that. I know that you sort of took a back seat for a long time and were sort of in the shadows, and you're okay with being there for a while, but now this is your chance in the spotlight. This is, your way to make sure that you're telling your own narrative, that people aren't putting things in place of you. This is your truth. So tell me what that is. Who are you? What's your truth?
I mean, my truth, to be honest with you, I'm, I was this young silent kid, from Brooklyn, Brownsville, that I felt didn't know how to find his voice, because at the time what I felt was cool wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like being smart wasn't cool.
Right.
Singing wasn't cool. Like the way that I even dressed at the time wasn't cool. Like I didn't wear my clothes baggy. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother wore my clothes to fit. I would get teased on how my clothes, you know what I'm saying? So
you felt like a little bit like an outsider.
Like an outcast, a lot. Like I always stood out. Like in my crew, like, and I know they see this, they'll laugh, like they'll all have army outfits on, and I'll come with like this Ralph Lauren Aztec Indian goose and a Tommy Hilfiger shirt on, like all these bright colors. They're like, yo, bro, we came to take a picture, uniformed, and I just always was just on my own. And it was never to be an asshole, it was just to allow myself to have an identity. I didn't want to get lost in, what they say birds of a feather flock together in a sense, what I'm saying? Like, I just always chose to just do my thing different. Okay, y'all rap, but I'm a rap and sing.
But when you were coming up in the industry, you sort of did get lost in the shadows a little bit. And so what was that transition for you now? What was that turning point now that made you, want to take ownership of yourself and all of your talents and everything that you have to offer?
I came into the music industry with a different concept in my mind. Like I thought that everybody got along. You see it from the videos, it's depicted differently, very different. And it wasn't that. Yeah, but I say when did my dream watch has always been an all gold Rolex with the fluted Jezebel and the Oyster Perpetual. That was always the one that I wanted. But I said when I do get one, if you see me with one, and I'm just gonna have that on. I'm not gonna have nothing else, no chain.
Yeah.
All this shit is a dub.
Right.
None of this. It's
Right.
straight corporate. It ain't none. All you gonna see is the watch in the wedding ring. But I ain't married, but I'm married to me, to the game. So it's always gonna be this. That's it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's why I do that. I be using this shit as a tool to get motherfuckers away. That shit don't work. That shit do not work. They're like, oh, word.
Jordan even more. You hear me?
But nah, that's what this signifies. I'm married to myself. Because if you can't be married to yourself first, I don't think you're gonna be prepared to marry nobody.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was able to create the way I wanted to create, and it be accepted. And then the business was getting in the way, and then it affected, my friendship with people that I grew up with all my life. Yeah. It's like, to this day, like I don't have that same camaraderie, with the people that I came up with. Like it's awkward, you know what I'm saying? Like, and not in a disrespectful way. Like it's just awkward.
Right, things change.
Like a lot, and I know a lot of it has to do with the music. So for me, at that point, I said, you know what? I know that this is gonna be a long journey for me, but I'm just gonna go independent and just grind it out. So that way the rug could never be pulled from under my feet again. If I fail, it's gonna be on my own merit. It's not gonna be on the fact that I entrusted my career to somebody and just gambled it in the hands of someone who don't know me. You get what I'm saying? So who better to put me out to the world than me?
Absolutely.
So I just chose to take a risk. And to be honest with you, it's not even a risk. I believe, therefore I am. You get what I'm saying? So I just went for it because I know it's gonna work, and it's working.
So let me say something that's completely contrasts what you're saying right now.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit ago when we were just talking, you were talking about a pamphlet that your father gave you when you were coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about how to say no.
Right.
So instead of going and getting what's yours, what you earn, what you should be respected for, it's about saying no. How are those two things balanced in your life? Can you tell us about how that pamphlet came to be? Tell us about the pamphlet, first of all.
I mean, well, my dad, he noticed that I had an issue with saying no. Well, red is the color of Chongo. My Babalawo, suggested that I wear this because I had went through a situation that was affecting me spiritually, so I needed to, put this on to keep me grounded. So that's my reminder every time. Like, start losing it, I'm like, all right, grounded. We all need those reminders.
Government official.